Good afternoon, parents, relatives, and guests. My name is Parker Weatherich, and I'm your ASB co-president. It is my privilege to welcome Wildcat parents and students to our first ever virtual graduation ceremony for the Mount Si High School class of 2020.
Good afternoon. My name is Max Madani, and I am your ASB co-president. Thank you all for being part of this historical virtual event. On behalf of the Mount Si High School faculty, welcome to the 76th graduating ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, I now present to you the class of 2020 and Mount Si High School staff.
Good afternoon. It is now time for the presentation of the colors. Our Eagle Scout recipients, Ben and Adam Rogers, will present the colors. They represent Troop 466. Congratulations, Ben and Adam, on your accomplishment.
Attention! Colors forward march. Color guard, the halt. Color guard, prepare to bust the colors. Bust to the colors. Right hand salute. 2. Color guard is and dismissed.
And the singing of the national anthem will be done by our senior, Dora Eustace.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Dora. My name is Annalisa Chu, and I am your 2020 Salutatorian. These photos represent the seniors who have chosen to defend our country in the military service and are confirmed enlisted by our military recruiters. On behalf of our community and all who thank you for your service to our country, and we wish you well.
Thank you, Annalise. I'd like to acknowledge Annalise's achievement as our Salutatorian. Salutatorian is our second highest academic honor behind Valedictorian. Annalise was always one of the first arriving students at Mount Si all year as an example of what it takes to be Salutatorian this evening. Annalise Chu will be attending California State Polytechnic University and majoring in environmental science. She is a member of the National Honor Society and Spanish Honor Society and has been honored as a National Merit Commended Scholar and AP Scholar with distinction. She is the trumpet section leader on the band and orchestra leadership team, a member of the Jazz One band, and was an Essentially Ellington finalist in 2019 and 2020. Annalise is the co-founder of the Chapter 2 Chapter Child Literacy Program, where she, along with her sister and father, distributed gently used books to food banks, after-school programs, and domestic violence shelters. She is most proud of her position as Salutatorian, completing 11 AP courses, an almost perfect attendance record, and her role as the trumpet section leader this year on the band and orchestra leadership team. Join me in recognizing Annalise Chu's stellar accomplishments. Welcome. My name is John Belcher, and it's my pleasure and honor to be the principal of Mount Si High School. We are thrilled to have you join us today via this virtual event, and thank you for honoring our graduates as we celebrate the achievements of the class of 2020. There has been nothing normal about this school year. We are grateful for your support and patience as we've navigated this difficult time. The year started with so much excitement around our new building. We all got to experience our teachers adjusting to more unique spaces, brand new student computers, and a facility conducive to new courses and programs. We all eagerly awaited our spring sports season to finally get to watch our seniors play a home game of softball and baseball, all to see that evaporate before our eyes. On behalf of Mount Si staff and our community, we are sorry your senior year has ended this way. Tonight, we want to make sure that you know we think you are an extremely special class. We are grateful for your perseverance. Today, we honor our graduating seniors for their tremendous efforts and the many accomplishments and recognitions that have earned them the right to graduate tonight. They have all met strenuous local and state graduation requirements. Seniors, we're proud of you and all it takes to be recognized tonight. Parents and family members, I speak for our seniors when I say thank you for the countless ways you have guided, encouraged, and sacrificed to help ensure their success. This ceremony is also a celebration of your commitment to these students. To our alumni watching today, these students continue to exude the proud traditions of excellence set forth by our first graduating class of 1945, 76 years ago. We know you share a special pride in their accomplishments. Welcome back, Wildcats. A ceremony of this undertaking takes massive preparations and manpower to pull off, and I'd like to recognize several who have gone above and beyond. This was an unusual year with the closing of the school and the COVID-19 outbreak. We had to plan for graduation much earlier in order to get the footage for today's ceremony, and would like to thank our community for your patience and understanding. A very special thank you to my assistant Joan Lutz, our counseling secretary Amy Bush, and our school counselors who have had a crucial role in preparing students for this ceremony and ensuring graduates have met all requirements. To the teachers, counselors, and support staff of Mount Si High School, thank you for your continuous support, encouragement, and perseverance in preparing this class for being here tonight. I would also like to recognize and thank the members of the Snoqualmie Valley School Board of Directors and the superintendent. Their commitments to our students and staff and community this past year have helped those graduating tonight. It does not go unnoticed or unappreciated. Our school board consists of District 1, Melissa Johnson, District 2, Jeff Doy, District 3, Carolyn Simpson, District 4, Gary Fancher, District 5, Ram Vengulapalli, and our two senior school board reps, Peyton Murray and Emma Cullen. Last, I'd like to introduce our superintendent, Dr. Robert Manahan. Please welcome our school board president, Carolyn Simpson, for a short message.
Class of 2020, first I have to say I'm sorry. I am sorry that you're missing out on so much of the fun and celebration of your senior year and graduation. I know you are disappointed, and I know it's a big deal. I know because I remember. I experienced many traumatic situations during my high school senior year that affected my graduation and disrupted my college plans. It hurt, I remember, but I also look back with many wonderful memories of high school, and you will as well, I'm sure of it. The entire school board hopes that we have done well for you. We hope that you had inspiring teachers that made a difference. We hope that you had engaging curriculum that is helping you be prepared for college and career choices in your life. Graduation is the best part of serving on the school board. We wish we were on that stage welcoming you, reaching out and shaking your hand, looking you in the eye and saying congratulations and handing you your diploma. But please know that even though the circumstances have changed, our pride and our celebration of you is the same, even though we're not standing on the stage with you, watching you walk away to your bright future. We also know that your families are just as proud of you today as they would be under typical circumstances. And this definitely hasn't diminished how much your friends treasure your friendship, even if you can't walk down the graduation aisle together arm in arm. Please know that all the celebration and all the pride and all the love still surrounds you, even though we aren't all there together. In closing, I want to give you a gift, something that you can use. The Seattle Times recently interviewed a 96-year-old World War II vet named James Thompson. He just survived COVID at age 96, but as he was being interviewed, he couldn't help himself but to kind of, with a twinkle in his eye, say, "Well, you think this is bad? Let me tell you about," and then he would launch into stories of standing in the soup lines during the Great Depression, or tell us rough stories about the war, or the time, one of the Rose Bowls he played in, and he played in many, on both sides, believe it or not, of course not at the same time, but one in particular, both teams were battling fiercely because they knew that the winner would go to the Rose Bowl. And I don't know if it was the weather that year, or the torrential, blinding rain, or simply fate, but neither team won. They tied 0-0, and neither UW nor WSU were able to go to the Rose Bowl that year. And you know James Thompson with a smile would say, "Well, you think this is bad? let me tell you about the Rose Bowl of 1942. So you have this. You too can use this. When your children and your grandchildren experience disappointment, and you know they will, you can look back with a smile and say, well, you think that is bad. Let me tell you about 2020 and my senior year and graduation. And you know what? You're going to say it with a smile on your face, and you're also going to share the good memories. Class of 2020, congratulations from the entire school board. We know your future is bright. We can see it in your eyes, even though it's through a screen. Now I'd like to hand it back to Mr. Belcher.
Thank you, Carolyn, for that great message. So let's get this show going. Let's start to hear from our graduates. The highest academic recognition of student achievement we have at Mount Si High School is our Valedictorian recognition. This year we have 8 tremendous students that all tied as the #1 ranked students at Mount Si High School with a 4.0 GPA, making them the Valedictorian. Sarah Creighton will attend Seattle University in the fall, where she has earned a place on the soccer team. Her high school sports career included 1 year JV tennis, 1 year of varsity track, and 4 years on the varsity soccer team, where she served as captain in both the 2018 and 2019 season and was named Most Valuable Player twice. She also served as a student ambassador. Sarah is most proud of keeping her 4.0 GPA this year. Isaac Edson will be attending Penn State and plans to major in data science. He is a member of the National Honor Society, was the captain of the tennis team, and volunteers with Athletics for Kids. He is most proud of the volunteer work that he has done through Athletes for Kids. Kaylee Hedrick will be attending University of Washington and will double major in environmental science and engineering. She is a member of the Key Club, where she has served as editor and the president, the National Honor Society, and the Green Team. She is a cross-country runner who co-founded a running group and volunteers with Girls on the Run. Additionally, she volunteers with Green Snoqualmie, Fall City Food Bank, and a member of the Church of the Ridge Hospitality Crew. She is a National AP Scholar and is a member and won the award for the most team spirit in cross country. Kaylee is thankful for all the opportunities she has been given to participate, whether it be helping in elementary school girls overcome anxiety of their first 5K or restoring the local green space. Maddie Nowicki will be attending Whitworth University and pursuing a degree in criminology. She is a member of the Drama Club, International Thespian Society, National Honor Society, and Slam Poetry. Ms. Nowicki volunteers through the Children's Library Program, Sib Shops Program, and Kindering Center. Over her high school career, she has won multiple accolades at Drama Fest, including Best Lead Actress, Best of the Fest 3rd place, and Best Direction. She also has been named Most Valuable Member of the Jazz Choir and won the Director's Award for Vela Voce Choir. Maddie's proudest moment came when she directed a 1-act play that was performed at Drama Fest and won 3rd place and Best Director. Davis Sauer will be attending the University of Washington to pursue a degree in engineering. He is a member of Robotics Club, Poetry Club, and National Honor Society. He also plays recreational soccer, is a food bank volunteer, and earned his Eagle Scout Award. He is most proud of completing his Eagle Scout, excelling in AP classes, and getting into a great college. Megan Simpson will be attending the University of Washington and major in biology with the goal of becoming a physician assistant in pediatrics. Megan participated in choir all 4 years of high school, was named section leader for 2 of those years, and earned the title of Most Valuable Singer during her sophomore year. She also played both club and school volleyball, where she served as team captain and received accolades as Most Valuable Player and Best Leader. Megan is a member of the National Honor Society, volunteers with Encompass Daycare, and works as a barista at Starbucks. She is most proud of completing her associate degree in arts and sciences at Bellevue College. William Spellman will attend California Polytech State University to study mechanical engineering. He is a member of the Sports Medicine Club, where he serves as a treasurer, is the National Honor Society Community Outreach Officer, and serves as the student representative for the Snoqualmie Valley Schools Foundation. William is a math tutor and a camp counselor for Sideview Metro Parks. He enjoys playing piano, playing club soccer, and is co-captain of his tennis team. He has received awards as an AP Scholar and for being named Rotary Student of the Quarter. He is proud that he was able to balance his academics and extracurriculars and participate in a wide variety of activities in high school. Natalie Taselli will be attending the University of Washington and plans to double major in applied mathematics and drama performance. In addition to being a student ambassador, avid peer tutor, and math tutor, she is a member of the Key Club, Girls Who Code, and National Honor Society. She is a teacher and a student of dance at Cascade Dance Academy and enjoys participating in musical theater at the Village Theater and Heavier Than Air Theater. She also has been Student of the Month, Science Student of the Quarter, and took first place at the Mount Si High School AP Lit Poetry Slam. She is most proud of her ability to balance extracurriculars and school and cannot wait to begin her college career. We applaud these students and their fantastic grades, strong school involvement, a deep commitment to community service, and outstanding scholarship through their high school careers. Congratulations. This year we began a new tradition for graduation speakers and utilized a senior speaker committee, selecting 2 speakers for this evening's ceremony. One is from our Valedictorian pool, and the other is from any senior willing to apply. We're excited to introduce our Valedictorian speaker this evening, who is Natalie Taselli at this time, and we look forward to her speech.
We are a generation of students who were born during the aftermath of 9/11. We are now a class that is graduating amid a global pandemic. Crazy, right? Our entrance into the world came at a time when everything was turned upside down. And somehow, our transition into the adult world is plagued with that very same truth. Once again, we are being propelled into a time of immense growth when everything around us feels unknown. Although that may sound negative, the timeline of our lives presents a very interesting parallel between ourselves and the world around us. When we were taking our first steps, our country was taking steps towards new policies. When we were anticipating college decisions, our entire globe was anticipating the evening news. At some points, the next chapter of our calculus books was as unknown to us as the future of our senior year. Because of this, our teachers helped us navigate life just as much as they helped us navigate that next textbook chapter. In fact, I think I had as many discussions with my teachers about college decisions as I did about assignments. Needless to say, it is because of these unforeseen parallels between our lives and the global climate that we are so varied in our talents and so strong in our mindsets. We are no strangers to disappointment. We worked through a final semester with no spring sports and no Wild West Hamlet productions. We have continued to value our education even though it seems like everything else is spiraling. Now, this is not to say we never had any fun. We had an amazing basketball and football season, some awesome choir and drama performances, and a pretty awesome unicycle show at a pep assembly. Not to mention, I certainly shared some laughs as I attempted to navigate through various construction zones and Zoom classes. However, it remains true that we had an atypical high school experience. Perhaps this was a blessing in disguise, as we are stronger because of it. As much as we wondered what this day would look like, we stayed hopeful and motivated. After all, for every moment of deep disappointment, a moment of overwhelming perseverance and courage followed. It is true that every action has an equal opposite reaction. For every setback, there is a jump forward. Every athlete that practiced alone in their living room can use this as fuel to leave it all on the field. Every future engineer can use their newfound creativity to innovate something incredible. And every student that studied endlessly in their bedrooms is now more ready than ever for college classes. All of our regular high school feelings, excitement, disappointment, anger, joy, they were all accentuated by the state of our nation. A C grade on a test no longer feels like the end of the world because we know that quarantining with our parents for 10 weeks might be worse. As a result of these amplified emotions, though, the class of 2020 is more than just a group of intellectual individuals. We are companions through hardship and supporters through achievement. You develop inherent connections with those who have gone through similar setbacks, and as a result, I feel closer to the class of 2020 than I could have ever imagined. We are a class filled with undeniably strong, courageous, creative people. And it is because of our unique generation that we are well prepared, maybe even a bit over prepared for our futures. Regardless of our grades or of our SAT scores, we all know a thing or two about hard work in the face of trouble. I encourage you all to let that insurmountable resilience carry you forward into the world and to let it inspire others around you. Let us never forget what it feels like to have many disappointments, only to get back up again and chase our dreams. Thank you.
Thank you, Natalie, for that inspiring message. You can see why she was selected for this evening's speaker. Academically, this class has a lot to be proud of. I'd like to take this opportunity to recognize the achievements of the senior class. There are many, many student accomplishments that could be recognized, but time permits us only to touch on a few. Hopefully you were able to watch our senior awards ceremony and see the many accolades that individuals received in that evening event. Students you see wearing a gold skull this evening and a gold cord or silver cord this evening have earned academic honors. The students wearing gold stoles are the top 22% of the class and have a minimum of 3.8 cumulative GPA average. Those with gold cords have earned at least a 3.5 GPA and are graduating with high honors, and students you see wearing silver cords have achieved a 3.2 GPA. There are 233 students total. They represent the highest achieving students, and it's amazing that over 58% of this graduating class met high academic honors. Many students in the class of 2020 are also wearing the gold and blue cord of the National Honor Society. This society requires a stringent GPA, an application, an induction ceremony, and requires a minimum of 60 hours of community service. Senior officers are wearing a blue stole, and those seniors with over 200 service hours are wearing medals. This year, the National Honor Society had 111 members who are seniors. Out of that, 5 members each had over 650 hours of community service, and 44 additional members had over 200 hours. In total, our seniors logged in about 8,263 hours just this year. In addition, all 351 members have logged a total of 19,330 hours for our community. I'd like to recognize Lydia Handefield, who is Lydia's our top volunteer with a total of 751 service hours. Lydia has been involved in a range of volunteer work, from doing odd jobs in the valley, from fostering dogs for local rescues. She also helped expand our volunteering and joined the Band of Orchestra leadership team in a nationwide nonprofit called Beyond Resolved. I'd also like to recognize Kira Ann Ryan. Kira has earned 711 hours of community service. Kira has cooked warm meals and collected donations for the homeless in Seattle and volunteered with the Snoqualmie Food Bank and Green Snoqualmie Project. Besides volunteering locally, Kira has been working on the Thirst Project, the world's largest youth water organization to help end the global water crisis. Please join me in celebrating these seniors' amazing academics, accomplishments, both in Honor Roll and in National Honor Society, and their community service. One of the highest academic honors in the United States is the recognition of the National Merit Scholarship Program. The program is an annual competition for recognizing scholarship that began in 1955. High school students enter the program by taking the pre-SAT their junior school year. This year we had a record 14 students qualify. Natalie Bateman, Allison Beadle, Annalise Chu, Sydney Fortner, Corner Caberline, Ainsley Lobb, Caden Pop, Benjamin Price, Hari Rathnam, Davis Sauer, and Blake Woodford are recognized as National Merit Commended Scholars. They placed among the top 3% of the 1.6 million seniors who took the PSAT their junior year. Also, 3 Mount Si students, Christina Chu, Bradley Smith, and Jerry Zhu, were named National Merit semifinalists. For this distinction, They scored in the top 1% of students, in the top 16,000 students out of 1.5 million students from the 21,000 U.S. high schools who took the exam last year. As semifinalists, they went on to compete for an application process, and all three were selected as National Merit finalists. All Merit Scholar designees are selected from within this group. It is an incredible honor to work with students of such caliber. Please join me in celebrating and acknowledging our National Merit Scholars. The class of 2020 is graduating 400 total students. Typically, we have a senior checkout day. This year, we had to survey seniors remotely, and of the senior class, roughly 50% of the class responded to the following data. So of the 50% of seniors, 63% have shared that they will be attending a 4-year institution. An additional 20% will be attending a 2-year community or technical college. 9 students are going into the military. 4 students are participating in apprenticeship programs, and 24 students are taking a gap year or mission trip, and 7% are entering the workforce. Another measure of academic success is the number of students that took advanced placement courses and exams, which is considered equivalent to a rigorous college course. This year we had 500 students taking at least one AP exam for a total of 829 exams. 135 of those were seniors, and roughly 33% of this class accepted the challenge of AP. AP Scholar Awards recognize high school students who have demonstrated exemplary college level achievement on AP exam. The College Board distinguishes between multiple award levels based on a student's performance and the number of AP exams completed. The awards for the students being recognized tonight are based on the exams they completed as of last year. Updates are made by the College Board when results of the 2020 testings are available later this summer. This year we had 35 students achieve AP Scholars and for completing 3 or more AP exams with a minimum score of 3. We had 13 students achieve AP Scholars with honors for completing 4 or more exams with an average score of 3.25 and a minimum score of 3. For AP Scholars with distinction, we had 21 of our senior class who completed 5 or more exams, averaging a 3.5 score. And finally, 2 of our students, Kaylee Hedrick and Ayush Singh, completed 8 or more exams with an average minimum score of 4 on each exam. Congratulations to all of our AP Scholars. I would now like to recognize students who have earned their Associates of Arts degree as Running Start students. These students were highlighted in our virtual senior awards ceremony this year, and we're very proud of all of them. We had 48 seniors who have reported they'd be earning their diploma for high school by going to Running Start at Bellevue College. What makes them unique is they are also earning their 2-year College Associate of Arts degree and will be entering college as juniors. Congratulations. Scholarship awards are a big indicator of student success. From our survey response of roughly 50% of the class of 2020 has been offered a remarkable $11.5 million in scholarship money. It also takes community support to reach college, and we have had strong support at Mount Si High School. Locally, our community contributed $61,000 in scholarships. On behalf of our students, we'd like to thank our donors for their continued support of our students and their generosity. Each year, Mount Si High School staff select 2 students to receive the highly acclaimed Wildcat of the Year Award. These students are recognized for modeling integrity, pride, leadership, sportsmanship, the ultimate Wildcat spirit, and service to their school. For the class of 2020, the Mount Si High School staff would like to recognize Natalie Taselli and Benjamin Rogers as our Wildcats of the Year. Natalie is the epitome of student spirit. You already heard her give her speech as a valedictorian. She comes to school every day with so much enthusiasm and positivity, and we are grateful for all the cheer she spreads at Mount Si. She is incredibly kind to everyone she interacts with and will go out of her way to make all feel comfortable and included. Natalie works hard at everything she does and always with a smile on her face. Natalie's involvement as a student ambassador with National Honor Society, with Key Club and choir speaks to her dedication for her school. I truly appreciate how respectful and generous she is and how she fully embodies our pride characteristics. Congratulations, Natalie. Ben is one of the most dedicated and responsible students we have encountered at Mount Si High School. He is a quiet, kind leader who always reaches out to others to make sure they're doing okay. He has even checked in on all of his teachers and his principal during this pandemic and school closure. Ben has been extremely involved in our school and community. We are grateful for him for making it a better place through his character and service. He has been a key leader in the Wildcat Production Club, earned the rank of Eagle Scout this year, just to name a few of his accomplishments. Ben is an all-around outstanding student. We thank him for upholding our pride ideals. Congratulations to you, Ben. Not only is this class academically excellent, this class also represented our community well, both in activities and athletics. This year we had 816 students participating in 20 sports on 45 teams. A significant number of our seniors participated in sports at Mount Si. These senior athletes have also survived bi-weekly grade checks. We are proud to announce that 50 of our senior athletes received a cumulative of a 3.75 GPA or higher. We have had several individuals with amazing accomplishments in athletic and activities, and I'd like to recognize just a few tonight. Our football team had another amazing season, making it all the way to the 4A state semifinal. We have 12 graduating seniors from that impressive team, with several of those receiving league honors. Colby Botten and Gail Camp received first team All-Kinko honors, and Gail was named Kinko Lineman of the Year. Gail will be playing for Eastern Washington next fall. Brandon Holt received second team All-Kinko, and James Sprague and Shane Dowling received honorable mention. Boys golf, led by 4 seniors, continued their dominance, pulling off an undefeated league record, finishing as 4A Kinko champions, as well as 4A district medalist champions. The team qualified for the state tournament, which was to be held this spring, which unfortunately they could not participate in. Drew Warford, who was the 4A state champion last year, and Cooper Neal were named first team in All-Kinko. Drew also was the 4A district medalist. Individual champion will be playing for the University of Washington next fall. Our boys cross-country team set 2 school records this year, finishing second in the Kinko district qualifier and 7th in state as a team. And I know none of us will soon forget the magical season our boys basketball team had. The team picked up where they left off last year, repeating as the 4A Kinko champions, and went on through districts and the WIA 4A state tournament to bring Mount Si a state title. Hayden Curtis, James Mullins, Tyler Patterson, and Parker Weatherich were part of that incredible team. Our seniors were highly decorated with honors. Jabe Mullins received first team All-Kinko 4 years in a row, was Kinko Player of the Year, and was named Kinko 4A MVP of the state tournament, nearly averaging 20 points per game. Jabe also was awarded Seattle Times All-State Player, has a 3.94 GPA, will be playing at St. Mary's College in the fall. Tyler Patterson received first team All-Kinko 3 years in a row and was named Kinko 4A Defensive Player of the Year for the second time. Tyler will be playing basketball for Montana State this year. Hayden Curtis received honorable mention, will be playing for Portland State next year. Congratulations to these seniors and the boys program. Mount Si cheer team had yet another fantastic season of competition, qualifying for state and nationals. They traveled to Orlando, Florida in February to compete at the UCA National Cheerleading Championships, bringing home second place in Super Large Game Day and 5th in Super Large Non-Tumble Co-Ed and 1st in Worlds in Super Large Non-Tumbling. 2020 Mount Si dance team had an impressive season as well, taking first place in all of their 5 categories at Nationals in Orlando. Congrats to cheer and dance and all of our outstanding senior athletes. Okay, seniors, I want you to think about your attendance and all the excuses you came up with your parents. And I want you to know that Grace Richardson had perfect attendance all 4 years as of 3/12/2020. Annalise Chu missed a half a day in 4 years. Nicholas Mariano had 2.95 days of absence, and Jennifer Rodriguez 2.5 days of absences. So just want to give a big shout out to seniors that were here daily. We appreciate you. Mount Si High School debate, while only a few years old, continues to grow and now dominating the planet. Mount Si has 7 out of 10 of the top public forum debaters in the state of Washington. We're graduating our most accomplished senior class of debaters in the history of Mount Si. They have been to the Tournament of Champions, Nationals, state throughout their high school careers, most of them more than once. This is a great segue to our next student speaker, Peyton Murray, who is a standout debater. Peyton Murray has built herself quite a resume during her time here at Mount Si. Peyton has served as the student representative to the Snoqualmie Valley School Board her junior and senior year. She competed and earned state and national titles in speech and debate all 4 years. Served as the student director of the Twin Falls Middle School musical for 3 years. Has been named a member of the slam poetry competition team, served as a student ambassador, has served 600 in community service hours, and awarded the Morgan Penny Silent Hero Award in choir, and is an academic All-American. After she graduates, Peyton will enter the Interdisciplinary Honors Program at the University of Washington, where she plans to double major in economics and international studies before attending law school. Her favorite high school memories are competing in poetry slam and going into the elimination rounds at the state debate competition with her best friends. Her proudest achievement is earning the ranking of #1 in USA for debate. Please join me in celebrating Peyton's accomplishments and listening to her speech to her senior class.
In all of the years that I have spent in this district, despite the distance, I don't think I've ever felt closer to the class of 2020 than I do right now. If you are hearing this speech, it means we're flattening the curve, and that while our last few months were lost, we're getting closer to achieving what we want most: freedom from online school and never-ending household chores. Despite the setbacks, I'm amazed by our collective accomplishments in scholastic activities, sports, and academics, reached only through those 3 a.m. SparkNotes searches, late-night practices, unfinished LT packets, and snoozed alarm clocks. These seemingly small moments bring us all together on a day already overloaded with uncertainty, excitement, and relief. I stand before you, more than ready to take my first steps into a world where our post-high school plan becomes more than just a piece of paper that we turned in with the culminating project, and where the possibilities and challenges for next year are endless. That said, we can't forget the lessons learned both inside the classroom and out here at Mount Si. It is incredibly important to each of you to decide which moments will be everlasting, but for me, it was experiencing the betrayal Caesar felt from Brutus when I received my first C, the need to impress people on the first day of freshman year, just like Gadsby for Daisy, and feeling as calculated as Frankenstein trying to titrate solutions in my junior year chemistry class. Which is where that C came from, along with many other seemingly infinite triumphs and tribulations. Mount Si has left me with rewards more immense than I can measure. I have met friends who inspire me, met teachers who have become my mentors, and have been influenced by people who have shaped my life, impermeably and forever. To every member of my graduating class, I am very hopeful for our bright futures and the successes that will continue to appear in many forms, as we are all integral parts of a generation with the power to make a positive change. As my mom read to me in kindergarten from the wise words of Dr. Seuss, unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not. 13 years later, and this still rings true. You control your destiny. You have the power to influence those around you today, tomorrow, 4 years from now, and forever, in the way that you choose. This moment isn't about leaving your time in high school behind. It is instead the culmination of successes and errors that make growing up so rewarding. Looking into our future, I implore you, keep trying, keep fighting, and keep up the passion that brought you here, because this world needs more people just like you, especially right now. People who are willing to make sacrifices and see things through to the very end, despite all of the barriers that come up along the way. Don't let any animosity or disappointment you have from the end of this year distract you. What we have accomplished is incredible. When I look back on this moment, I will remember how we all came together in a time of crisis, truly earning this diploma through construction, corona, and circumstances far beyond our control. While my senior year was cut short, it was never the building that made me proud to be a Wildcat. It was the class of 2020. Thank you.
Thank you, Peyton. What a tribute to your class. We have also had a fantastic group of senior musicians who have been critical leaders in choir, band, and orchestra for the last 4 years. They have helped propel Mount Si music programs to outstanding recognition on a national scale for multiple years in a row. Our music directors are all feeling the loss of not being able to complete the year, attend a variety of conferences and field trips and retreats. There are numerous music accomplishments and not enough time to cover all this year, but perhaps our most significant was that Jazz 1 was selected to perform at the prestigious Essentially Ellington competition and festival for the 6th time in school history. Seniors in this group include Jason Bergquist, Annalise Chu, Benjamin Price, and Elijah Ray. Elijah has been a member of Jazz 1 since he was a freshman and is a 3-time Essentially Ellington finalist. Now I'm excited to introduce a special musical performance. You Will Be Found from the Tony Award-winning musical Dear Evan Hansen. The entire senior class of performing arts students will be doing a virtual performance, pre-recorded from their homes, edited by our awesome band and choir directors. Please enjoy.
Have you ever felt like nobody was there? Have you ever felt forgotten in the middle of nowhere? Have you ever felt like you could disappear? Like you could fall and no one would hear?
So let that lonely feeling wash away, 'cause maybe there's a reason to believe you'll be okay. 'Cause when you don't feel strong enough to stand, you can reach out your hand. And oh, someone will come running, and I know they'll take you home. Even when the dark comes crashing through, when you need a friend to carry you, and when you're broken on the ground, you will be found. So let the sun come streaming in, 'cause you'll reach up and you'll rise again. Lift your head and look around. You will be found. 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 There's a place where we don't have to feel alone. And every time that you call out, you're a little less alone. If you only said the word, from across the silence, your voice is heard.
Thank you, that was wonderful. Congratulations to all our outstanding senior musicians. I would now like to recognize the following life skills students: Kenan Payson, Annika Smith, Vanille Serapeti, and Claire Harris. Throughout their educational careers, these students have been an embodiment of pride, and they have demonstrated what it means to preserve beyond barriers with grace and integrity. They are the heart of our Wildcat family and have impacted our school community for the better. Every parent has a fear of the unknown, but seeing them here graduating today, taking their steps to life, proves that hard work and determination will get you to your next goal. Our life skills students have also experienced friendship and inclusion in their school community with their high school peers throughout our awesome peer tutoring program. There are 32 seniors who have been peer tutors for life skills and our Health for Life during their time at Mount Si High School. This group of students graduating this year deserve to be recognized and appreciated for their contributions to their school. These young adults have gone above and beyond in making a considerable difference in the lives of our students by modeling behavior, providing social interaction, and simply being great friends to our special needs students. Thank you for your selfless work to help our life skills students graduate tonight. We can go on and on about this class, and I know we've only touched on the iceberg of what every individual accomplishment in the senior class is. COVID-19 interrupted a great deal of their senior accomplishments. We would typically highlight from their spring sports due to the closure. Luckily, we were able to highlight individual accomplishments during our senior awards night in order to keep our virtual ceremony brief. Now what you've all come to hear me say, at this time, on behalf of Mount Si High School staff, I certify these members of the class of 2020 who have met all district and state graduation requirements. It is a pleasure to present this class to our school district superintendent, Dr. Robert Manahan, for his acceptance.
Thank you, Principal Belcher. Before accepting the Mount Si High School class of 2020 as presented, I would like to publicly thank our high school staff and our entire P through 12 staff that work so hard to support our students in reaching this pinnacle moment in their lives, especially during this unprecedented time. Additionally, I'd like to thank our school board for their tireless volunteer efforts in ensuring we have created the conditions for powerful learning that allows our students to maximize their potential. Parents, families, friends, guardians, and mentors, thank you for your support and entrusting the Snoqualmie Valley School District with the important task of partnering with you and your student on this educational journey. Students, I'd like to just share a couple of words with you tonight. The huge common denominator that is present in the lives of great men and women, great achievers, is adversity. I'd go so far as to say that in the greatest of men and women, adversity is a significant portion of the very reason for their success. Benjamin Franklin dropped out of school at age 10. Jim Carrey used to be homeless. Albert Einstein didn't speak until he was 4 years old. Bill Gates' first business failed. Steven Spielberg rejected from USC twice. President Franklin Roosevelt became partially paralyzed at age 39. Jay-Z couldn't get a record deal and a record label for years. Thomas Edison failed 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb. Oprah gave birth at age 14 to a child and then lost that child. Stephen King's first novel was rejected 30 times. Rob Manahan, told by a professor, "You probably shouldn't go into education, Rob." And I didn't get hired until applying for my 22nd job. So the benefits of adversity include, number one, it builds emotional muscle. When we navigate the scariest of circumstances like this pandemic, regular scary circumstances are just not that big of a deal. The unknown that we feared so much has become known. The unknown is gone forever, and with it a significant portion of our doubt, our worry, and our fear. With that behind us, we become a person others look to for direction, for strength. Because, secondly, adversity creates relatable learners. Think about it. Would you follow and have faith in the leadership of someone who had not experienced any adversity? Would you follow a person who had never faced the trials you're experiencing? Probably not so much. Therefore, it stands that if you want to be a leader and be rewarded like a leader, you must soak up the essence of adversity with a smile on your face, knowing that, number three, adversity is preparation for greatness. It's an undeniable fact that the greatest pressure yields the most valuable diamond. No pressure, no diamonds. The hottest fires produce the strongest steel, and just as a star sheds and shreds the blackest night, so too will you find your way through this dense tangle of adversity and be better for it. If all great men and women are, before greatness, first taken through the fires of adversity, then adversity must not be a thing to be avoided. It should be embraced. If greatness is a destination and only adversity provides a pathway to it, step firmly onto that path. After all, if adversity is preparation for greatness, why shouldn't you be prepared for something great? This year is your preparation for greatness. Don't hide from this adversity. Embrace it, learn from it, grow from it, change the world with it. I can't wait to see how you will impact the world moving forward. So, Mr. Belcher, consider the Mount Si High School graduating class of 2020 officially certified and accepted. Congratulations.
Thank you, Superintendent Manahan. Now I present to you the class of 2020 receiving their diplomas.
Madison Dyer Hansen, Nicholas Robert Copeland, Alyssa Jane Alexander, Jack Justin Corgett, Emily Bunting, Carter Dunn, Catalina Michelle Jaraki, Giovanna Eileen Ariano, Emily Dan, Jacob Robert Carlson, Keely Shea Bothwell, Alexander Dimitri Borlin, Jessica Alter, Adele Cameron Eckhart, Chase Clark, Sarah Creighton, Ian Sebastian Brink, Sean Dow, Jillian Marie Bloodworth, Megan Anna Simpson, Joelle Louise Buck, Savannah Corrales, Sophia Diane Fougere, Sarah Bailey, Troy James Bonsgard, Kaylee Lieko Bennett, Jacob Christopher Brewer, Hannah Lynn Christensen, Dana Dolan, Kylie Jo DeVore, Cody James Barber, Alex Friedman, Victoria Barebow, Matthew Chow, Brianna Renee Fitzgerald, Lauren Jessica Bennetts, Colton Joseph Griffin, Lily Christine Foster, Gracie Lynn Glover, Jacob Ross Lacewell, Grace Anna Johnson, Ladanian L.J. Howe, Isaac Elliott Griffin, Lauren Lynn Hunter, Kyle Gilbert Gamble, Kiara Monique Goodwin, Alexander Jackson Holloway, Braden William Holt, Joshua Edwin Lautmanis, Isabella Kerr, Samantha Lynn Lewiston, Jacqueline Diana Fremont, Benjamin Harris, Allison Beadle, Cullen Mark Gahagan, Austin Lee Gappa, Carly Marie Lane, Ashlyn Ray Gallagher Klein, Lydia Jane Hainfield, Mariah Louise Fider, Dylan Alexander Garnes, Amelie Busk Oram Hansen, Parker Briggs Wotherich, Maximus Roland Mahmoud Madani, Ainsley Susanna Lobb, Isabel Boyle, Luke Martz, Jackson Wyatt Timothy Buell, George Vincent, Austin Oberg, Dustin Cornell. Jamie Bass. Victoria Alyssa Cabuto. Noriel Giovanni Hernandez. Ariam Araya. Samuel Creamer. Isaac Edson. Allison Chenoweth Henderson. Max Crowder. Ryan Matthew Devaney. Gavin Benjamin Britton. William Joseph Brucheri II. Andrew Darnell. Jason Wayne Bergquist. Madison Patrice Busser. Bailey Cornell. Colby Botten. Harrison Clark. Sienna Crosser. Aaron Cobb. Mackenzie Barnes. Miles Cady. Hayden Curtis. Haley Carnes. Madison Lynn Ehrlich. Shane Dowling. Jonah Bacon Gershman. William Spencer Green. Spencer Michael Kahn. Bardsley Jacob Donovan. Gabrielle Blia. Kian Andrew Cooney. Natalie Rose Bateman. Colton Dean Brewer. Carly Diane Britton. Michael Craig Brisbane. Takoa Ann Herman. Gabrielle Ann Brooks. Drew Scott Iserman. Kira Ann Ryan. Zane Henry Jordan. Luke William Hill. Jake Christopher Jimenez. Sydney Cheyenne Marie Gable. Sarah Jean Heward. Amber Renee Kaminga. Philip Davis Juno. William Gianni Kuhn. Natika Kumar. Hayden David Hurt. Nainoa Matthew Kamanawana Henka. Dylan Fulliger. Allison Sky Huseman. Nathan Edward Harris. Aiden Farrell. Misalyn Cavalage. Gracie Lynn Garrell. Audrey Olivia Hoving. Jackson Dwayne Kimball. Claire Harris. Gabriella Angelica Laureano. Sydney Fortner. Hayden Scott Kerwin. Cole Patrick Landrino. Enzo James Ferrante. Blake Thomas Graham. Chloe Savannah Kingery. Galen Robert Camp. Abigail Fletcher. Bailey Josephine Hadley. Barlene Carr Hara. Joshua Scott Holtz. Sela Elizabeth Heidi. Olivia Beth Fraser. Sierra Golke. Nathan John Harris. Kaylee Jean Hedrick. Allison Grace Jones. Connor David Caberline. Claire Elizabeth Stipin. John Kenneth Lang. Chloe Marie Capin. Ian Randall George. Kiara Grace Gill. Alexandra Irina Constantine. Jacob David Freudenberg. Dora Kathleen Hustis. Annalisa Songse Gilia Chu. Christina Mingsha Gilia Chu. Natalie Marisa Tassielli. Peyton Janice Murray. Samantha Ann Kramer. Skylar Jade Rose. Phoebe Ann Mandela. Adam John Rogers. Benjamin George Rogers. Kelly Ann Morrison. Jabe Burke Mullins. Isabella Mariani. Max Mudd. Mason Paul Moe. Josh Charles Lofquist. Aislinn Kathleen McLaren. Nick Joseph Carl Rohde. Hallie Ann Rogers. Megan Louise Peterson Ferret. Joshua Lanier Johnson. Ambry Essence Sparks. Emma Colette Mackay. Derek Ray Looper. John Leroy Ponnell. Caroline Lily Myers. Madison Renee Lilleberg. Solomon Allen Reeves. Grace Marie Richardson. Zachary Ryan Rittenhouse. Michael David McCallum. Stephen Thomas Roberts. Grace Charlotte Lord. Laura Faye Rice. Elizabeth Belcedo. Megan Underbrink. Sophia Elizabeth Smith. Ethan Monroe Rosen. Tucker Jean Moore. Grace Ann Richter. Madeline Jo Nowicki. Caden Chase Pop. Matthew McAllister Reed. Nicholas John Marrero. Amelia Marie Pontnack. Jana Day Price. Robert Brendan Nielsen. Brianna Michelle Noland. Griffin James Trull. Bryden Sierra Bergstrom. Annika Shea Owen Nelson. Naomi Carol Puente. Alexis Montgomery. Lillian T. Palmer. Devin Quintero Maeda. Anthony Joaquin Pena. Nikolai Dan Scott. Jordan Nicole Lonergan. Jennifer K. McCall. Hari Ram Rothnam. Trent Michael Lucas. Leslie Simone Player. Cooper Joseph Neal. Maya Renee Sinanen Nadaros. John Thomas Richardson. Thomas Hugh Pastoriza. Grayson Michael Dolan. Haley Elizabeth Mahoney. Kari Ann Peterson. Hannah Grace Leonard. Hope Sandra Bostick. Samantha Nicole Markley. Emma Nicole McClintock. Kenneth Patrick Lynch. Ethan James Rule. Jaden Teal Skunas. Macy Jane Rosenberger. Benjamin Christopher Price. Truman America Jones Waller. William Jacob McCandless. Selena Mizuki Laux. Neftali Martinez Almos. Davis Henry Sauer. Madeline Faye Reed. Dylan Russell Van Vliet. Austin Charles Vredenberg. Silas Aslan Vaden. Callie Jane Sundwall. Tyler Renee Zwiefelhofer. Rachel Nicole Sands. Jerry Zhu. Tiana Lenore Dimitrick Urquhart. Chantel Trejo Flores. Emily Patricia Westover. Freeman William Trader. Salma S. Habashi. Kiara Monique Goodwin. Tristan Ann Smothers. Hope Nicole Terpolowski. Justin Pfeiffer. Serendipity Sonora and Pinko. Reese Rebecca Venera. Alyssa Michelle Wood. Tate David Stedman. Robert Allen Vukovic. Joseph Wesley Simmons. Jacqueline Rose Stone. Cannon Scott Walker. William Richard Spellman. Tegan Rose Brown. Haley Steskel. Matthew Gurney McLean. Cassandra Christine Winter. Gracie Lynn Stokes. Noah White Smith. Bradley McGavrick Smith. Alexander Lucius Shaw. Cole Emerson Smith. Riley Grant Thatch. Hannah Bell Stoddard. Jared Derek Stoddard. Gracie Lou Estella Wersch. Chloe Marie Stewart. Jack Thomas Gardner. Sydney Elizabeth Shobin. Nolan Joseph Wright. Cameron Francisco Walker. Alexis Lynn Wilson. Isaac Henry Tacklow. Chase Riley Monroe. Ayush Singh. Matthew Jacob Sellers. Devin Austin Pullman. Jackson Bradley Raybon. Dylan Thomas Taylor. Cole Patrick Quinn. Corbin Henry Moore. Andrew John Newberger. Candace Michelle Boren. Nicholas Claire Moriarty. Tyler Kyle Patterson. Jenna Amelia Misgan. Camille Violet Lyles. Lillianne Virginia Jean McVeigh. Ava Elise Risto. Devin Alexander Dalecki. Julia Amatis Navidi. Braden Hunter Newsom. Tristan Paul Rourke. Kyle Robert Miller. Felipe Rodriguez. Brendan Matthew Lapio. Jack William Martin. Addison Ann Norris. Madeline Victoria Richardson. Zachary Michael McGavran. Audrey Michelle McNames. Harrison Alden Lobet. Roman John Postfarouche. Thomas William Phillips. Taylor Elizabeth Michaels. Mai Vo. Naya Ileana Nagano. Daniel Paya. Arsalan M. Masood. Caden Jackson Smith. Jake Thomas Mitten. Manjesh Reddy Puram. James Patrick Sprague. Jennifer Haley Rodriguez. Nicole Jean Mather. Noel Donovan James Slabos. Isabel Louise Smith. Calvin Tyler Sprouse. Robin Adair Wheeler. Christina Maria Woodbury. Drew Charles Warford. Annika Joy Thorson. Blakely Orion Woodford. Molly Ann Williborn. Madeline Grace Snyder. Elijah Christopher Ray. Sage Julia Thompson. Isabella Marie Suahili. Quinlan Michael White Alkane. Mackenzie Dare Smith. Mackenzie Kelly Saunders. Andrew James Scamahorn. Emily Grace Shadle. Jolie Caroline Johnson Shelton. Braden T. Taylor. Sheldon David Thomas. Morgan Elise Wadsworth. Mariah Soleil Landon. Felix Guadalupe Paz. Hank Isaac Warren. Noor Yusuf. Emily Grace Warren. Emerson Laurel Purdy. River Jewel Welsh. Jaden Isaiah Durham. Vanil Sais Raram Surapeti. Elsa Jane Carrera Marsh. Faith Ann Carrera Marsh. Kendon Stanley Payson. Annika Emma Smith. Lillian Marie Strong. Cody James Trout.
Seniors, on three, we will rotate our tassels from right to left,
signifying we are now diploma recipients.
1, 2, 3.
Class of 2020, you've been a pleasure to work with. I know you've experienced many challenges over your last 13 years, from a new bell schedule, the freshman campus, 4 years of constructions and interruptions to athletics and activities, to opening a brand new campus and having it closed abruptly in March. You have demonstrated you have the perseverance to succeed, and you've managed everything we've thrown at you during this journey. We're extremely proud of you. We wish you the best of luck. We know you're going to be a major success. Ladies and gentlemen, parents, relatives, and guests, what you've been waiting to hear me say, I present to you the now graduated class of 2020.
Congrats, Wildcats.
Let's toss our caps. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Congratulations, graduates, and to their graduate parents. This concludes our graduation ceremony. We wish you a healthy and lovely summer. Enjoy yourself. Go Cats!
The smile on your face every time you saw me has given me enough hope to know I can get through this. There are too many memories to choose a favorite, but the one constant through all of them is your optimism. Dylan's kindness and patience for each person he met will never be forgotten. He was a funny and genuine kid that could change the tone of a room simply with his presence. His love is felt by many and revered by all.
Dylan Garnes was the best friend I could ever ask for. Not only did he make me feel so special, but he was the type of person to take 5 minutes out of his day to stop and speak to a stranger and make sure they were doing okay as well. He was so kind and inspired and had so many plans for the future, including heading up to college with me and a few of our other closest friends this fall. I just wish I could have hugged him and thanked him one last time for being my #1 supporter. I wish I could tell him how much I love him again. Nobody could ever forget those rosy cheeks or his bright smile or loud contagious laugh. He was my hero, and he's watching over us all now. He'll throw up his cap in heaven with us.
There really are no words that are good enough to describe who Dylan was as a person. He was always such a positive person with so much energy and enthusiasm for everything he did, and he truly was one of the nicest people you will ever meet. He always made sure everyone around him felt welcome and included, and made every day in class so much fun. One thing that was really clear from the second you met Dylan was how much he loved and respected his sister. He would always tell us these amazing stories of their time together, and it was very obvious how close they were. Dylan was and will continue to be a very important part of the Mount Si community, and we will miss him so much.
I'm so grateful for Dylan to be able to be in my life starting at such a young age. I remember every day after elementary school, Dylan, his sister Paige, and I would roam the neighborhoods. We would play around, climb trees, and build tree forts. He always managed to make everything we did as kids fun and into a game. He never failed to make us laugh or smile. He holds so many memories that I'll always cherish for the rest of my life.
He just had this countenance on his face that was just of hope and joy. You know, I found him, he was always confident and comfortable just being himself, and that allowed him to see others and value others for who they were. It was natural for him just to draw people of all ages in and make them feel welcome and part of the family, whatever the family of the moment was at the time, you know. He was the athlete that every coach desires to have. He was respectful, he was coachable, he was inclusive. He had a great attitude, he was a hard worker. And I just know that his impact was resounding to me and so many people, and I know it'll echo for the rest of our lives.
Wildcats! 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 Team wins!
Dylan was the most compassionate, loving human being I've ever had the pleasure of knowing. He spent his entire life putting smiles on his loved ones' faces, and even now the precious memories of him continue to do so. Never afraid of the world's judgment, Dylan taught me what a real man is. Protective and strong, yet vulnerable, and never hesitant to express his emotions. Dylan never neglected to remind me of how much he loved me. Dylan Garnes was so special in that he not only had quite literally the biggest heart, but also a capacity to love that was beyond anything imaginable.
All right, step here, I'll take a picture.